Welcome to the Tim Duncan fundamental workout. You're about to go through a bunch of low to mid-post scoring drills that are going to make you an elite finisher. Now, it doesn't matter how tall or how short you are, this is a workout that all players should complete. Now, if you're a shorter player, you might be wondering why this workout would apply to you. But if you look at current NBA players like Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving, the reason that they can score over bigger defenders so easily is because their footwork is so elite. This is something that Tim Duncan mastered and something that you should learn from him. For this workout, for each rep, you're going to start at the block, which is just here above the lowest hash. When you're here, you're going to roll the ball out and go through each of these different moves that I'm about to go through. All right, for this first move, you're going to start at the block like we just discussed, and you're going to roll the ball out to yourself. You're going to plant your pivot foot, face up, and then shoot a bank shot. Now for the bank shot, which Tim Duncan always used, you want to aim just above the hot spot so the ball comes in and falls straight into the basket. Now if we're going at game speed here, I'm starting at the block, roll it out, plant your pivot foot, face up, and bank the ball straight in. Now we're going to get into the second move of this workout. So for the last one we just worked on, as I spun that ball out, I planted my left foot as my pivot foot. So my left foot's here, and I'm opening up by swinging my right leg back around toward the basket. So for this second move, we're doing the exact same thing, but as I spin the ball out, my right foot is going to be my pivot foot. I'm going to open up by swinging my left foot back toward the basket. And again, I'm going to shoot a bank shot and making a set amount of reps for this one. So at game speed, it's going to look like this. Now the first two moves that we just went through are great options if your defender is sagging and giving you space to get your shot off. Now this isn't always going to be the case. Now when this happens, you can back your defender down and get into a post hook. Now for this, we're starting at the block again. You're going to roll the ball out. This time you're going to plant your left foot, which is your outside foot, the foot furthest from the basket, as your pivot foot, meaning your inside foot is going to be free. From here, you're going to back your defender down, 1, 2, and as many dribbles as you need until you get to roughly just above the charge circle. From this position, you're going to shoot a post hook. So now we're using this move at game speed. You're going to roll the ball out. Remember that your outside foot is your pivot. You're then going to dribble your defender down and hook the ball into the hoop. Now this last move that we just worked on can be highly effective, but it's never going to be that easy throughout a game to get your shot off. So the next move that we're going to work on is a pump fake to a step through to your right hand finish. Okay, so it's the exact same move as before. Roll it out, outside foot is my pivot foot, backing that defender down, and then as you get to that hook, your inside foot, which is the foot closest to the basket, is now going to be your pivot foot. From here, you're going to pump fake, and then step through with your outside foot, which is your left foot, back around for a right hand finish. So if we're going at game speed, roll the ball out, outside foot planted, 1, 2, as many dribbles as you need, pump fake, step through with my left foot, and finish. Now building on the move that we just went through, we're going to work on a different variation of the step through. So everything's the exact same. You're going to roll the ball out, your outside foot is your pivot foot, but this time as you back your defender down and you plant your inside foot as your pivot, instead of stepping through past your defender, you're going to whip your outside foot around, back toward the hoop, and step for the finish. Now at first it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more natural this will feel. So you roll it out, here, 1, 2, 3, pump fake, whip that foot, and finish. Something that isn't talked about enough is how well Tim Duncan played out a triple threat, not on the perimeter, but in a low post. Now for this one, you're gonna roll the ball out, hop, and now this way you can pick either foot to be your pivot. Okay, so I'm left-handed, so I prefer my right foot, but majority of you are gonna be right-handed, which means your left foot would be your pivot, which means you're gonna open up like this. Now from this position, I want you to jab at your defender to back them up. The biggest mistake we see here is that players jab toward the baseline or not toward the basket. All right, no player is gonna respect that unless you jab toward them. So after you jab at your defender, come back and go into that bank shot one more time. Now for the final move on this side, you're gonna work on freestyle. Now for this, you have to make sure that you score in the paint and you have to use 2 fakes before you get your shot off. Now an example of this, I'm gonna roll the ball out. I'm planting this foot as my pivot. I'm getting to that back down. But this time, as I back it down, I have to at least pump fake and sell different fakes before I then get my shot off. These are some different examples that you can do when doing this freestyle drill. A big part of being an offensive threat is being able to score on both sides on the floor. This is no different when posting up. So now you're gonna repeat all the different moves that we just worked on the left block and do them on the right block. The only thing you have to remember for this is that for majority of these, your outside foot is your pivot foot. Now this is the foot furthest away from the basket. This is so we can use that inside foot to back our defender down. And again, this time, you're trying to back your defender down to the top of the charge circle. Everything else is exactly the same as the other side. Now that wraps up the Tim Duncan low post scoring workout. If you enjoyed this content, please do us a favor and like and subscribe, as we're a new and upcoming channel who are trying to bring as much content like this to you as possible.